Today I'm going to do a much higher dose, and then because I want to get it into my system, and then I'll lower that over the next few days and see if it will help me get over this sickness quicker or prevent it from getting any worse. So I'm going to start today with 4,800 milligrams. Now, if that sounds like a lot, if that dose sounds really high and it's scary to you, I would encourage you to... Whoa. So I am on my way to Sprouts right now. I started feeling a little bit sick yesterday. Starting to get a kind of a upper respiratory something. I don't know what it is. My son's been sick for a couple of weeks now. He thinks he has pneumonia. I don't know if he's gone to the doctor or not. He's an adult. I don't keep tabs on him every day. But he's coughing all over everything. And so far, for the last couple of weeks, I've been fine. But yesterday, I found that I'm fighting some sort of, excuse me, yeah, there it is, this respiratory thing that still up here, hasn't dropped into my chest, but just feeling these symptoms, and I really don't want to get sick. So I'm headed over to Sprouts to pick up some NAC. I've used that in the past with some success in trying to stave off an illness, and it worked. I do take GlyNAC on a regular basis. I take about 1 gram to 2 grams of GlyNAC every day. I also get a lot of glycine in my collagen, which I take every day. I take 10 grams of collagen, and collagen is roughly 30% glycine. So if you're taking 10 grams of collagen, you're getting 3 grams of glycine. But I'm not getting, you know, now that I'm getting sick, I want to increase the amount of NAC that I'm getting. And so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna see if I can take that and help help prevent me from getting sick. I don't want this to develop into anything dramatic, right? Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. In the past, when I was younger and before I really started, changed my diet drastically, I used to get bronchitis or pneumonia every single year, sometimes twice a year. It was really frustrating. I'd be sick for like 2 weeks. And so every time I start feeling a little respiratory thing, I have a little bit of almost like a PTSD type of response. Like, oh no, I don't want to get that. So far I haven't had a fever or anything. Yesterday I was kind of like, I'm kind of in a busy intersection. I'm gonna try something else. But yesterday I was kind of having that thing where you're a little bit too cold, so you put on a long sleeve shirt, and then it's too warm, so you take that shirt off, and then it's too cold. And I don't think I had a fever, even though that sounds like it, but that's kind of like the beginnings of, oh man, I know I'm fighting something, and I've got this stuff in my throat. I've been coughing, and my sinus has been all stuffed up. So anyways, that's my story. I'm getting some NAC. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna take you through that process over the next few days and see if it helps. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so I am hopefully getting here. There's not very many people here, so that's awesome. I just checked out. I accidentally pressed, they charge for their bags now. I didn't even get a bag, and I accidentally pressed yes to get 1 bag. So I gave them free 10 cents. Yay. All right, so I've got my NAC, and I'm gonna go home, start taking it, and we'll go from there. Oh, in case you're wondering how much it costs, it was $18, I'm looking at the receipt here, $18.09 before taxes, and the total price was $19.50 after taxes, plus the 10 cents I paid for a light reusable bag, which I didn't even grab. Anyways, okay, so, and that is for 600 milligrams per capsule, 60 capsules. So there's 60 capsules in this, and there are 600 milligrams of NAC each. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm making my super shake. I've got some greens in here, spinach and kale, and I think that's it. Spinach and kale, and then some blueberries, and I'll pour some water. And then I do olive oil, a couple tablespoons. I don't really measure it out, I just pour a little bit in there. And then I will blend this up, and then from that I'm going to add protein and collagen, and then after that's all done, I'll start taking my other supplements along with this NAC that I just got from Sprouts. Ready for the noise. And then I've got my cool Harkins cup. Just pour it in there and then drink. I'll drink this, and then once that's gone, I'll drink the rest of it. I'm gonna drink the whole thing. So today is day 1 of taking NAC. Today I'm going to do a much higher dose, and then because I want to get it into my system, and then I'll lower that over the next few days and see if it will help me get over this sickness quicker or prevent it from getting any worse. So I'm going to start today with 4,800 milligrams. Now, if that sounds like a lot, if that dose sounds really high and it's scary to you, I would encourage you to look at the study that I linked in the description below. It's one of the most talked about, most referenced studies for GlyNAC. And in that study, they were giving people, they calculated the dose based on their weight, and I'm about 150 pounds, so based on their calculation for what they were doing in that study, for me, it would be about 6,000 to 7,000 milligrams of NAC. Now, they were also giving people 6,000 to 7,000 milligrams of glycine for a person who weighs about 150 pounds. So taking the glycine does not change the fact that they're also taking NAC. Now, they were giving people that much, depending again on their weight, so it's roughly around that amount, give or take, depending on how much they weighed. They were giving people that much, not one day, not 2 days, not a week, but 16 weeks, every single day. And those people are doctors, they're MDs, they're PhDs, I figure they probably know a little bit more than I do about this stuff. So based on that study, I feel comfortable taking a higher dose of NAC, at least to start, and then I will kind of knock that down over the next couple of days. But today, I'm going to start with 4,800 milligrams of NAC. I'm also taking GlyNAC. I take about 1 gram to 2 grams of GlyNAC every day. So there's some NAC in this, and I'll get some glycine in the collagen that I'm taking. But I want, as I mentioned, the whole point of this is I want to increase the amount of NAC I'm getting just temporarily while I'm trying to fight this sickness. So I'll go ahead and start. Again, I have my super shake right here. I'm taking all of my supplements along with that. So each one of these pills is 600 milligrams. So I'm going to start off with 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with 1,200 milligrams. Actually, I've been thinking if I should do 4 doses today of 1,200 milligrams to get to my 48, or just 2 doses of 24. I think I'm going to do 4 doses and spread it out across the day. So 4 doses of 1,200 milligrams, and that'll give me 4,800 milligrams. And I usually do just 2 of these, which is, let's see, so that's another 600 milligrams of NAC, but it's also going to give me another 600 milligrams of glycine. Again, that's added to the glycine that's already in the collagen. So right now, again, I'm at the beginning of getting sick. It started yesterday. I wasn't feeling that good. It's a little bit worse today, and I'm worried about getting it getting a lot worse, which I want to avoid, and that's why I'm taking NAC to see if it will help me prevent that or if it will just make the symptoms more mild. Anyways, I will talk to you tomorrow.
Well, today is day 2, and I woke up feeling worse than I did yesterday. As you can tell, my voice has been affected. The good thing is it hasn't dropped into my chest yet, which is what I'm really concerned about. But today I decided, since I'm not, I was hoping that, excuse me, I was hoping that I would feel better today. That's obviously not the case. So I'm going to do another higher dose of NAC and probably do 4,800 milligrams. And by the way, one thing I forgot to mention yesterday is this video is not me making recommendations. I am not a doctor. I am not recommending that you should do the same thing that I'm doing. I just was getting sick, and I tried NAC in the past in a similar situation, and it made a difference. So I thought I would try it again and see if I could help get over this thing, prevent it from getting worse, or get over it faster, one of those things, and decided I would just share that experience with you. So here we go. I'm gonna do, today I decided I'm just gonna do 2 doses of 2,400 milligrams. So each of these pills has 600. So I'll take 4 of them. That'll be 2,400 milligrams for the first dose today. So I'll do that starting off right now, and then I will do another dose later today. Today is day 3. I still do not feel well. You can tell my voice is still not sounding good. I can't tell. I don't think it's hard for me to tell if I feel any better today than I did yesterday. I don't think I feel worse. Maybe a little bit better. I'm not quite as achy. A little bit more strength and energy in my body, but still not feeling well. I thought about getting tested for COVID, but I kind of figure, well, what's the point, right? What's the point? Because what else would I do differently, unless I end up having a hard time breathing? But so far it hasn't dropped into my chest, as I mentioned a few times. Yesterday I ended up taking about 6,200 milligrams of NAC. I just was not feeling well, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll take a higher dose, and hopefully that'll help. That is with the NAC that I purchased from Sprouts, including the NAC that I already take on a daily basis. So in total, I ended up with about 6,200. Today, I'm also going to do a higher dose, somewhere between 48 and 62, probably, just because I'm still just really not feeling well, and I'm just hoping it will help. One thing I have to mention is, if you're wondering about side effects, I have actually experienced some side effects, been very minimal. A little tiny bit of acid reflux, just very minimal, and then also a little bit of bloating, so but not too much. So I just wanted to mention that in case anybody is wondering. I've already taken my NAC. I tried to record that, but for some reason my camera didn't record, so I'm not going to take more of it yet. I'll do that later this afternoon. Well, excuse me, today is day 4, and I have to say I actually feel a little bit better. Less fatigue, definitely less fatigue, and that's pretty good. I still have a lot of pressure. I have a lot of stuff back in my throat and everything. Last night was one of those nights that, you're just getting ready to sleep, and then all of a sudden you start coughing and it wakes you up, and then you start the process of trying to fall asleep over again, and then start coughing again. Excuse me. Fortunately, I was able to get to sleep and slept pretty well, all things considered. I still feel, I'm still sick, and I still have a lot of pressure up here, and I still have a lot of gunk back there, and I have been coughing, but I do feel like it's starting to clear up, which I'm thankful for, and I am less fatigued, which I'm also grateful for. Yesterday, I actually ended up with 6,600 milligrams of NAC. I know that's a higher dose, and I know when I first started this, I said that I would start with a relatively high dose and then go down incrementally over the next few days, but I was feeling a lot better on day one. I really didn't think it was gonna progress. I really didn't think I was gonna get much worse. And so I thought, that would be just fine, but as things progressively got worse, I have raised the amount of NAC that I've been taking. I also wanted to kind of address something else. If you've watched any of my other videos about NAC, the last time around when I did this, it was a similar situation. I was feeling sick. I went and decided to get some NAC, started taking it, and was doing a pretty high dose, like 6,000 milligrams or about what I've been doing the last couple days. And I did that for about 5 days or so. I had to go back and look at the video. And I ended up experiencing some constipation. So far I haven't had any of that. Actually, the opposite is true. Totally regular. I'm sure you wanted to know that, but zero constipation so far. Yesterday was almost just symptom-free in terms of side effects. I had a little tiny bit of acid reflux, that's it. But today I'm also gonna do a higher dose because I'm feeling better and I really wanna get over this. Oh, hopefully in a couple of days we'll be able to wrap this up and get to some kind of conclusion. I don't know if it's helping. I think it might be. The science indicates that it should, but we'll see. So once again, I'm starting off with 2,400 milligrams this morning. Once again, these pills do not smell good and they do not taste good. So if you are getting some NAC and you think, oh, it smells terrible or it tastes terrible, that's normal. Kind of a sulfury sort of taste. That's normal, that's just how NAC is. So don't think that it's bad. Today is day 5. Actually, in some ways I feel better, in other ways I feel the same, but I think I'm starting to get better. Anyways, yesterday I ended up with 4,800 milligrams and I felt that was just fine, and today I'll probably do about the same. Well, today's day 6, and I'm feeling pretty much the same. Well, today is day 7, and I feel so much better today than I have the last several days. Oh man, I still have something in my throat. My voice is starting to get better, but still, a little bit affected. But I feel a lot better physically. I'm not 100%, but I feel like I'm out of the woods, and I feel like I'll continue to get better the next couple of days. So I think I'm going to conclude this little exercise, but the question is, did the NAC help? Did the NAC prevent my sickness from developing into something far worse? Did it reduce the symptoms that I was having? Did it shorten the length of time that I've been sick? Well, I think it's pretty much impossible to answer those questions definitively without doing some, special blood work or having something to compare it to. If I was to compare my experience with my son's experience, and if we knew 100% for sure that both he and I had exactly the same sickness, then I would be inclined to say, yes, it absolutely helped. It helped reduce the symptoms, it helped shorten the length of time that I was sick, and all those kinds of things. But there's simply no way to know. I have no idea if I had the exact same thing that he did. I think chances are good because we live in the same house right now, and he was sick before I was. He's still fighting it. He's still coughing, and it's been, going on. It's been he's probably going on 4 weeks. I don't know, I have to ask him, but it's been quite a long time.
So from that standpoint, I tend to believe that it helped, but there's simply no way to know. Based on the science, if I take NAC because I believe the science, and it's something that's been researched quite a bit. It's something that a lot of experts agree is beneficial and has been shown in studies to be beneficial specifically for respiratory types of illnesses. And will I continue to do this in the future? Probably. I probably will. I definitely feel better, but hey, it's been 7 days, and that's pretty much the typical life cycle of an average sickness, right? 7 to 10 days. So yeah, it's still, at the end of the day, it's hard to know. I personally believe that it has helped. I am going to keep taking it in a lower dose over the next few days until I'm really 100% over this thing. So if you're looking into NAC, I hope this video has been helpful. If you have had your own experience taking NAC, if you could put that in the description below, that would be great. I'd love to hear about it. And remember to subscribe. I'd love to have you along on the journey, and I'll see you next time.